Hello, everybody. Super good morning to everyone. This is your host, Kevin Chan again, and today we're gonna have a very scary topic, right? So, I don't know lah, you will come across this one. Right, so we are exploring this particular small little subject called the sixth path of sixth cycle of reincarnation, right? So it's called Lokto Lonwui, right? So if you are into reading Buddhism scripture, confirm we'll go through this. And someone did ask, is reincarnation real? Reincarnation is a term lah. I would just today would describe you the sort of like the background process. I don't know whether background process or not, so that now you can see that actually is, I don't know whether you want to call this or not. So again, to me, the word reincarnation is just a word that somebody picked to use to represent this sort of stuff, right? So again, it's just a bucket, right? So no, don't get too fixated with the wording that's being used, right? So no, later we'll go in and take a look at all that. So of course, early in the morning, first of all, good morning to everybody first. I can see Eclipse is around, Manuel is around, Peppo is around, Jocelyn, Sun Shining, wow, that's a good name, eh? Wait, GB, Guan Boon, Sabrina, PJ Correct, Kelvin, right? Jeannie is around. How's you guys all doing, right? So we are just entering 12th day into the August. Right, hopefully great, right? So right, so come, let's go into this particular omnibus topic, right? Hopefully don't get too many oh no, cannot like this. The interesting topic on the 7th. Exactly, right? So we are going into the 7th month, right? So which is at month end, if I'm not wrong. But anyway, okay, right, so come, let's take a look at this, right? So as usual, the channel of contact, if you want, there is the Telegram. You can join the Telegram group, happy little group, can chit chat and everything. Then there is Substack, which is a newsletter. Newsletter means that you put in your email, anything that I write into this, when it get published, it will send an email to you so that you get it. You don't have to open the apps, basically it's just that, right? So, and the what we call the main thing that always gets sent out is the forecast, monthly forecast. Is sent out in this particular period first, right? So then there is a community of people, all Chinese metaphysics enthusiasts coming together. Right? There's a Facebook page, so you want to join the Facebook community, come in, ask some question, so that everybody can come and hug, give you some positive energy, right? So come and join the particular group. All right, come, let's take a look at it, right? So now, starting this, right, so I would like to introduce you, now this is a character select screen, by the way, if you don't know. So this is the game called Diablo, right? So, yeah, a lot of time I draw a lot of my analogy from game because I grew up playing a lot of game. Ta-da! No, so you see, game harmless one, don't worry. Right, so now you just imagine, I want you to start the entire conceptualization of this, sixth path of reincarnation, from the perspective of playing a game first, right? So so it's easier for you to have a platform to hold on to. If not, this entire concept reincarnation is gonna flung you all over the universe too far away, right? So you just imagine now you buy a game, right? So again, I don't know whether you guys play games or not. So when we buy a game that time, right, there is always a lot of character inside. Different character, so there are different character like warrior class, right? So then there is the mage class, then there is the rogue class, right? So then there is the barbarian class, right? So now as a game owner, somebody who buy the game, our objective is actually to play all the character. So inside the game is always designed in such a way that each character would have a list of objective or mission that they are supposed to do. So, and when you have played all the character, when you have completed all the mission, then the game would have something called 100% game completion. This one is a title that a lot of people would want to achieve, right? So now during my time, there's no such thing as social media, so there's nothing to post. Right, but right now, if you play any game, there'll be a lot of people posting this sort of, game achievement. Like the very recent, the Wukong, right? Right, so the Wukong, the Black Myth, right? So you can see every day people posting, oh, I've achieved it, I've achieved that, I've done this, I've done that, right? So even certain achievement like 0 damage killing the boss, right? So there's this sort of achievement there is. Now just on this particular platform, right, the sixth path of reincarnation, right? So the sixth reincarnation is basically just 6 characters. in the realm of what we have here, right? So no, it's just 6 character in the different realm that we have, and each of these character, they have their list of mission objective that they are supposed to do, and every single time you reincarnate mean that you actually I don't want to use the word selected, because you don't get to select, you get thrown into it. You get thrown into it, and you're supposed to complete the mission. So the challenge here is that you do not know what the hell is the mission. Okay, that's the premise. You played all 6 character, different time, you know, different whatever it is. You are a set of mission, right, that you need to complete, and you know, you don't know what the hell is the mission. Oh god, this sort of game one. Yeah, you know, that the entire concept of this 6 path of reincarnation is based on that. And the ultimate goal, if you read the scripture, is called nirvana. Right, so we call nirvana. Nirvana is that you've completed everything, then you have lifted yourself away from the game. So this is like, you know, you have buy the game, you know, you have played all the character, you have finished all the achievement already, right? So this is where you put down the game. No more playing the game already. Right? So put down the game, no more playing the game already. Then what happened? I don't know whether there's other game or not lah. So that is the basic concept that you need to just grasp when we talk about this entire process of 6 path of reincarnation. So it's just 6 different character. Each character got their characteristic, they got their mission, which you don't know what the hell is the mission. And you're supposed to take the mission. So you know, it's like every single time you play through, you might fail to achieve the mission, right? So no worry, you fail to achieve the mission. Same like, you know, playing the game. Today you play the barbarian warrior, you know, fight until one area, the boss very difficult, don't know how to use the barbarian warrior to fight. So what happened? You go and play another character lah. You load another character, you know, you load your mage, and then you know, you go and play the game again. Then after playing the mage for some time, already find out, oh, actually you can do this to beat the boss one. And then you go back to your barbarian warrior, then go and play. You jump around different character, you play because you own the game, right? You want to maximize the game, right? Until you finish all the mission, then you put down the game. The entire, you know, the entire conceptualization of this reincarnation is just that only. So it is not really such a scary thing. All right, so no. And then if you take a look at it, almost every single culture has one of this system going on. Sounds different, terms different, you know, the thing, but it's just basically a game. Now, so this one is basically, you know, I'm telling you that maybe Chinese have an RPG game, then you know, the English people have the beat 'em up fighting game like Street Fighter. You know, Street Fighter is also the same, you know, different character. If you buy the game back, you know, last time we still buy the game back, right now you don't buy the game. Right, so you know, you buy the game back, you know. So now what happens is that you also want 100% completion of the game, which means that, you know, you beat all the individual storyline for each of the character. Then, you know, each of the character, there has a probably a move list, you know. Oh, you're supposed to do certain combo. Right, so yeah, you know, they got mission inside one. If you load up the game and play right now, you know, each of them have mission. You know, oh, this one got specific different combo that you can play. So once you finish all the combo thingy, you know, you finish all the storyline, then you get 100% completion. Then you generally put down the game now, or you go for competition or whatever lah. Right, so you know, maybe another character is, you know, one of those side scrolling like Contra, or in Malaysia we call Rambo. Also it's the same. You you know, you fight the mission, you know, you go through all the side mission thingy, you know? So it's the same thing. The game can be different, right? The game can be different. Why does the spirit select parts before? Why doesn't the spirit select parts? I don't know whether it is. Right, so by the way, this concept is not a Bazi Qimen or Feng Shui concept. It doesn't have this concept. All right. So this is strictly speaking, the brand of 6 path of reincarnation is a Buddhism concept. Okay, it's a Buddhism concept. So if you read Buddhism scripture, always got this term inside. Right. So now if you take a look at it, a bit of a differentiation, I think, apart from Christian and also Muslim, that doesn't go through a replay cycle. Christian and Muslim only either up or down. You either stuck up in heaven and stuck there forever, seems to be nowhere to go. No, I don't know, I never researched them. Or you know, you get to send to hell and nowhere to go. Right? Whereas for us, the Chinese version, there seems to be a replay version, right? So no, of course, you know, the Taoism version, Taoism got a version of this, right? The Taoism version is the up and down. Later I'll talk to you. They got a game of up and down, whereas the Buddhism version is the play and play again. Okay, very, very different, right? So, and also now in the, you want to call religious world, you know, the Taoism and the Buddhism has always been loggerhead with each other for a very long time, right? So if you just take a look at the don't know whether study or just observation, right? So you can see now Taoism, Buddhism, you know, always been fighting like, you know, I first, you first, you first, I first, I first, you first, you first, I first. You know, they've tried to rewrite their history or story to make themselves, you know, superior to the other, and always got these sort of things, right? So like for example, you know, the Taoism. So Taoism, the general world that you know is basically the Yu Huang Dadi, the Jade Emperor, you know. Entire thing, yeah, I know, is Taoism like to take the shadow of the imperial, the emperor thingy, you know, as the background of the story, right? So that's why the heaven world, you know, is already or have an emperor, which is Jade Emperor. And if you see a lot of this story, you will see that the Buddhism, you know, which is a Sejia Moni, right? So that's the head honcho of the, you know, Buddhism gang, is a employee of Yu Huang Dadi, right? So that's how it's displayed, right? You will see, always see Sejia Moni, you know, in one of the ranking with the thingy. Then if you are reading Buddhism, you know, storyline, you will see that the Yu Huang Dadi is a student to Sejia Moni. Yes, correct, right? So it's like Sejia Moni is there together because, you know, Sejia Moni is the teacher of Yu Huang Dadi. Now, who's right, who's wrong, you know, whether who's true, who's real, right? None of my business, you know, I don't really care. But, you know, if you are doing, you know, all this studying and thinking like that, you will run across this, right? So I don't feel there is a point of, you know, whether Buddhism comes first, or whether Taoism comes first, and who's more powerful. All those kinds of rubbish, right? So to me, you know, to understand this is just to understand, you know, how the ancient people brain work. How do they conceptualize things? How do they think of this sort of stuff? And if you're able to, you know, put it, what about David's eyes concept? A reptilian being thingy. It's covered here. It's covered here, right? So it's covered, right? So it's pretty broad. Later you take a look at the sixth path, you know that it basically covers almost crap everything. Okay, come, let's take a look at the sixth path, you know, in separation. Now, so tell you first that none of the path is good, none of the path is bad. It is just path. It is just a character, right? It is just a character that's inside the game, you know. It is just you know, things that need to be done. Every one of them have their own mission, have their own things that they need to take, right? So, you know, first of all, you know, obscureness, right? So do this, right? So the heaven path, right? So the heaven path, of course, you know, we are talking about the immortal ascendant, right? So if you're in this path, it basically is the immortality path. Right, so the main characteristics, so these are just main characteristics. There's still a lot of, you know, stuff that's inside, you know, but I feel that those stuff are not very important. First of all, you know, in this particular path, the people usually has skill set. Magic lah, you want to call, you know, easier for you to call magic itself. So, you know, it's like, you know, they got ability to do healing, you know, they got ability to lift stuff, you know, so all those kind of stuff, you know, they have this one, and they are usually immortal. So now, immortal doesn't mean cannot die. They're just that their lifespan is longer than normal. So when we talk about normal, few hundred years ago, let's say 200, 300, 400, 500 years ago, our lifespan is around 50 years old. 40 plus, you die. Okay, it's only right now that, you know, you know, live. It's of course, you know, due to war, you know, due to all the contamination, you know, we don't know what is germs, you know, so it's very precarious, very easy to die. And also one of the biggest reason is during those time, you know, 300-400 years ago, diet is really bad. We got very bad diet. Okay, right, very bad diet. You know, our body basically is a lot of people basically is in a malnutritious state in the olden day. We don't know how to eat, don't know what to eat, can't really produce proper food, right? So it's in those type of state that, you know, you die early. To us right now, when you look at it, it's called die early lah, to them, you know. So anybody who can somehow survive more than 50 years old is basically classified as an immortal. Why? Because, you know, 50 over years, so you see the fellow old, very rare to see old people last time. right? So again, like 18, 20 years old, you are usually already being enlisted into army and sent to war already. When you enlisted army, sent to war, usually you don't come back. You die. Simple, right? So that part of it you understand. So when you see somebody who is rather a bit old, right? So a few things is that the fella usually are very good at medicinal already. Right? So which means that the fella know how to yang take care of himself. But the last time don't have public doctor. So and these people usually they live in the, I don't want to call it, live in the wild, right? So they usually don't live inside a city or whatever. They live in the wild, right? So they need to be able to take care of themselves. So they usually know Yisu, today that we call the TCM, right? So they usually know this. So which means that they recognize herb, they know, and hence because they have this sort of knowledge, they usually know how to, aka called extend their life, which means that they live a better quality life, they eat better quality food, they are more careful with the things that they're doing, they always train their body, right? So the mountainer, they always train their body that they become much more functional. So that's why their lifespan is a bit longer. So you might see certain people, maybe 60 years old, still pretty steady, still pretty steady. So during that time, right, if you see a 60 years old fella, very steady, right, the fella is already extended his lifetime more than the normal package. So that's why, they are basically called immortal, but they are cannot be killed. Right, so and one thing you need to know that heaven path is usually non-corporeal. No corporeal means that no body. So this one, I've already shared a few, of it, without scaring you all. Right, so you can see all the Taoism deities that you see, all your Guan Yu, Guan Gong, whoever it is, the storyline is always exactly the same one. Got a birth name. All of them got their own, human form. So today is to tie back the entire thing. They got their human form, then they would receive the gift, whatever you want to say, download, right? So in the Christian world is, when Jesus received the 10 commandments. It's exactly that. By the way, it's exactly that. So I say that conceptualization is the same how you tell the story, it's different, doesn't matter. Right, so which means that you receive that special gift, and then they will use the special gift to collect merit. This is where they go on to adventure. Right, so they are enlightened, sentient, you want to call it, right? So basically eureka, the brain open, and then, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do. Then they will go on to a adventure, right? So then they will have a lot of story of saving people. They did that. The other day we talked about Ma Zhu. So when she received her magical gift, right? So then she decided to go and rescue the people who's drowning in the sea. So that's what she used her skill, the Superman thingy. Same thing, Superman thingy is the same thing, all right. So they come in, they go, then you reach a state whereby they have collected enough merit. They collected enough merit, so you want to say upgrade, change job. Right, change job. You got to select a different job, right? So then they have to give up their mortal body. So which means that whoever is in the heaven path is usually ex-human. Ex-human, right? So now I've already told you, the different creature ranking, the table, can become fairy, a dog, can become, the Yao Guai thingy. Then all of them, go up. In the end, they want to reach this particular path and join the ranking of the you want to call undead, impervious, whatever that you want to call. So there's this particular path. So usually people who go into this path die very young. Human receive the thing, so it's called cultivation, by the way, right? So they go through the process of cultivation, right? So they cultivate, then they reach a stage whereby, okay, you are allowed to go into this particular heaven path, right? So they go to the heaven path, right? So then heaven path got heaven path mission to achieve, right? So what's the heaven path mission? Absolutely no idea. Never been there before, man. Right, the scripture never specified as clear as the game screen. Right, game screen, if you open up, you will see percentage bar, right? Okay, kill 60 monster in one day. Right, so you don't have this sort of stuff, right? So now this is one path. This is one path. Right, so in the sixth path of reincarnation, you actually get thrown into all the paths. You have to go through all the paths. Right, so that's the idea, but no specific sequence. There's no specific sequence, right? No specific sequence, and also there's no specific time frame. not mentioned there, or there were no there were no heaven path people who have escaped the jail of heaven path and come back and give us a report. Or you can say it that way, but somebody said that there's such thing called heaven path, right? So you just put it in a way that it's a class of playable character called the heaven path playable character. Okay, cool. Right, so there's one path. So this one, the characteristic is that the fella got magical ability. So you can imagine this fella as Mage's caster. They can cast fireball. They can cast fireball. And they are immortal, so which means that they are a bit more longer. Go wrong path kena saman. There's no such thing as wrong path, Mike. All the paths are basically just a path. There's no wrong path. Right, so that's the fun part about this. It's like playing game. There's no wrong character. Every single character can finish the game. So which means every single character can kill Diablo. And today game finish, right? So it's just how you play the game on it, right? So it's a great adventure. Right, so then there is a path called the Asura, right? So Sao Law, right? So same, right? Asura and the Heaven path, basically they got same type of thingy, same type of thingy, right? So the difference is Asura is born with power. They don't need to cultivate for the power. So the Heaven path, you need to cultivate, and then the power, the magic, come to you, after you have reached a certain stage of ascension, right? So like the Maju, you need to go to the whatever mountain there, sit there, you've seen before, right? So sit there, absorb the the Ling Qi, right? So then when enough Ling Qi is absorbed already, then it's like, oh no, the path open, the Kung Fu book is given to you. It's like that. Asura no need, Asura born they already have it. Right, they're born, they already have it. They are also immortal, but they are corporeal, which means that they got a body. Right, so the Heaven path is they don't have an actual body. Right, so when you don't have an actual body, there's a lot of suffering that you don't need to go through. So the main big perk of being in the Heaven path is that virtually don't have any suffering. So you don't have cold, you don't have freaking hunger. Right, so you don't have all those kind of things. Is only exclusive for corporal form being. Like us, we are called corporal form. I slap you, to be painful one. It's called corporal, right? So I hope that it's using basically no U-turn. The concept of U-turn is doesn't exist, right? So there's this, right? So this type of people is usually very. They are usually displayed as a very angry. Because why? Right? Because why? These people know the existence of the Heaven path people. They know. Right? So because they have the same magical level or the same gift as them, right? So but they have to suffer. So they bosong. It's called bosong. Envy. So that later I will tell you some of the mission. Right? So their main problem is envy. Right, so they are they are envious of the people in the Heaven path, right? So they have this, right? So now this one in real life, right? So in real life, these are people who have special ability, like your ESP, your sixth sense, and those people who can communicate with the dead one, right? So those people who can perform ritual to exorcise. These are Asura people. Right, these are Asura people, right? So Asura people, generally the description is they are a walking temple. So again, I told you guys, the purpose of the temple being built is to collect energy, to collect merit, and to disperse this merit to the other being who cannot collect merit itself. Later we will cover medium, psychic. Yes, all this Constantine-ish English word, you want to call mutant, inhuman, Superman, right? Superman thingy, they are all Asura. Okay, and yeah, Superman, X-Men, all those kind of thingy, right? So corporal with superpower, mutant, omega level, or whatever it is. You see, all this terminology doesn't matter. Their characteristic is the same. It's just generally human form stuff with magnificent skill set that normal human doesn't have, right? So normal human doesn't have, right? So it's basically that, right? So yeah, moving temple side already. Temple job is to collect the energy, which is the meridian chi, right? And then collect the merit, which what we human, when we go to a temple, we actually donate our merit. So later we talk about human, we donate our merit to the temple, and the temple will attract all the other being that cannot attract a merit point to come over, and in exchange, so the temple is an exchange center, right? The temple is something like exchange center, right? So it does that, it facilitates that process of merit exchange. So later we also talk about it. Asura is a walking temple, right? It's a temple that can move, right? So that's why Asura attract a lot of this thingy. So that's why people who has in the Asura path one, they sometimes they tell you they see dead people, the what we call, what's the Bruce Willis show? Sixth Sense, right? I think the Bruce Willis show is Sixth Sense, right? No, I see dead people. Right, so you see dead people, you are very in tune with the animal that has already ascended, aka in the English word is called familiar. Right? Familiar, basically animal that's ascended. You see, terminology can change one, but the general footing concept usually is the same. Right, so that's why a lot of time I tell you, don't be too fixated with naming convention. Reincarnation is just a naming convention. Right, so you have this, right? So you have the immortal class, right? So you have the immortal, you have the Asura path, right? So this one, you can call them the barbarian warrior. So the heaven path, you can call them the mages. These are the barbarian warrior. Okay, right? So then we have our favorite, this one is the one that everybody understand one, which is a human, right? So human, there's a path, right? So the greatest thing about human path is that human path is the only one that generate merits. Right? Human generate merits. We are like a walking bank account. Now, merits is the what would I say, currency of use in this particular game. In this particular bigger game of spirituality that you call it. Right? So again, don't get too stuck with terminology. Right? So the entire people say, "Oh, I practice spirituality." It's a big bucket. It's a big bucket, don't spirituality include, religions, include whatever, Buddhism, whatever it is, include a lot of time. If you practice this, right? So for us in human, we are very well versed with money. Merit is basically the equivalent of money, in that. So merit is what is used to trade for everything. Your upgrade, your special, you buy your special skill set is all traded using merit itself. So it's very, very important commodity, right? So I can see people in the heaven path cannot collect merit. So they have to collect merit through human. So there is this pact where the heaven path people help human, and human as a do you say token of appreciation, pay the heaven path fella for their assistance using merit itself. Right, so you guys try to say karma. Now to me, it's part and parcel of the same stuff. Again, you change the spelling, don't care. It's basically something that you give up in exchange for something that you don't have. It's called money. Right, so these are completely mortal and corporal, right? So among all of them, right, so you can see that human is the weakest. No, actually, the next one is a bit more weaker, right? So human. So this one very, very what we call very familiar. You guys know human, right? Like we all are under human, right? So when you can love to do, right? When you do a manifestation, right? Who are the people who come and get the manifestation done? The one that you call universal, right? It's one of the other fella. Right, it could be a fella in the heaven path who came over and said that, okay, I will assist you in exchange for merit, right? So now here's the thing, I don't have the exchange table, absolutely no idea. So that's why I say that when you make wishes that time, right, sometimes it can be very detrimental to you because you don't have merit. Right, merit have to be generated. All right, so is that what's the merit generation rate? Don't know. I have absolutely no idea, right? So the merit generation is like, you know, if you play game, you know, like right now I play a lot of Clash Royals. There's an elixir that get generated. No? Every few seconds they give you an elixir. Then you got enough elixir, you can put troops onto the floor, right? So it's like that. Right. So again, I'll just take it as a general concept, right? So human generate merit, so you can donate your merit out. You go temple, basically, you know, give up partial of your merit. You know, hey temple, I got this merit here, you know, you take it, you know, you do goods. Okay, right? So that's basically what temple is, right? So asura also is the same, right? So asura also is the same. Now, asura can come and assist you in exchange for merit. So when he have enough merit, then, you know, he can exchange for whatever that he need to exchange, or he need to do his mission. Right, get the tick box, you know, get the mission completion bar to go out, whatever it is, right? So again, I don't know what mission that they have, right? So, you know, all those kind of, so this is human, right? So, no, we are right now, you know, every single one of you right now who is watching this particular video, generally we are on human path, except if you are an asura lah. Okay, so if you're an asura, mean that, you know, you are somebody, you know, who got superpower, who is watching this particular video. Thank you for watching. Okay, right, so that's human. All right, so there's another character. So this is the, I don't know, the brute, very boring warrior class, maybe. The warrior class, you know, which is the swordsman class. You know, the boring one, very boring class, right? Average in everything, you know, nothing stand out class, this one. But the fella know how to generate what we call merit point. So this is the greatest thing. So you can see every one of them actually got a shining point. Now this is the one that, you know, just now who go and ask me about, you know, animal spirit thingy, you know, whatever. Now there's one called choksang. Choksang is animal path, right? Animal path, you know, mortal, corporal, generally helpless. They don't generate any what we call merit point. These are animal. Right, but today I feel like the animal path is the superior path to go. You guys notice, right? The life of the animal right now is much better than human, because the human is serving the animal right now. Right? Last time the purpose of the animal is to provide food for us. They generally doesn't get treated well, right? So animal, yeah. No, animal is a path, right? So, you know, you go through choksang, is path. What about Buddha? Again, John already tell you already, you know, the Buddha is having a bit of a fight with the Taoism thingy, you know, to see who is the head honcho of each other, right? So they basically is in a classification in whether you are Taoism or your what we call Buddhism cycle. You are removed from this reincarnation. So later I will tell you, you know, the end game of removal of yourself, which is nirvana, right? Not for the street, but anyway right? So you see, anyway you know, you get got animal path. No, really, last time, you know, it's like the old people say that, you know, if you are done bad, you know, which means that, you know, your karmic account is bad. So which means that you have expensed all your merit, you know, on rubbish stuff. Right, so you have not done good, right? You did not use your merit point to do good. You use your merit point to do rubbish. Next cycle, you'll be, you know, become an animal, become choksang. Right, so, you know, it's basically telling you next cycle you will suffer. But in terms of suffering, I would say that, you know, the animal actually doesn't really go through actual suffering, because why? Their awareness level is usually very low, unless you are an animal that has a scent. So again, collected enough ling qi and then become a yao, right? So these are animal that is a bit smart one. You can see inside the TV, there are some animal extraordinary smart, and they are usually very attached to human one. Because why? Collect merit. Animal also can help human. All right, so you got your wishes, you got your desire, right? So it's through the exchange of merit that you get certain magical things done. Animal is one of the fella. So you can see that just now got asura, got your heaven path fella, you know, which is your immortal Xianren. Then you got your animal, right? So which is helping human, and human can help each other. Human can help each other in exchanging. So I help you, you help me, I help you, help me. We are also exchanging. And this particular exchange of merit is done automatically. There is a universal ledger, universal account that runs on its own, right? Who's the owner? I don't know. Bad people we meet in life. So again, like Gigi, in this reincarnation, there's no such thing as bad people. Everybody have a role to play and they are just playing their role. They are just a character inside the game. Like for example, inside a game, right? Is there bad people inside the game? Without the monster, you cannot level up. Yeah, you have to whack the monster to get loot, to get your gold, to buy your equipment, for them to drop equipment for you so that you have the correct equipment to fight the monster in the thing. And more importantly, they give you experience point. So if without the monster, the character will not be able to progress. So is the monster bad or is the monster not bad? You kill the monster for your progression. Are you selfish or are you not selfish? Right? Get the particular concept. There's no bad people, right people, you know, all this kind of thingy. No such thing. Everything just happened because it need to happen. Everybody got roles. So which means that all 6 paths, you would have to go through them many rounds until you complete the entire list of mission. But again, the biggest catch point here is that every single time you go into one of these characters, you got 0 memory. You get reset. You don't get to carry any memory. So you are basically playing every single game blind, right? Defeated completely, you don't want the experience. No choice again. No choice. There's no defeated completely. You die, you just get respawn. You die, you get respawn. So every time you respawn, it's not different spot. It's just one of these characters you get respawn into, right? So you know you might fail for the missions for the Heaven Path mission. Right? Heaven Path mission also not very fun, right? So you fail, then you get respawn. Maybe you get respawn into Asura this round, but no memory, don't know what the hell happened. Then you go through as Asura, then Asura die. Then maybe respawn, then come and you go this entire cycle. So that's why there's Lunhui mean there is a wheel. Right, so the ultimate thing is try to get out of the wheel. So every day we back our karma palace to pray clear the debt. How I hope it is so easy. GG, how I hope it is so easy. Yeah, different areas, right? Different area, different character. So this is animal path, right? So you got one, cute little animal path, which right now I personally believe this is the superior path to go. Right, so it's last time, so if you do wrong, you bad karma, you become animal. So right now I want to ask, hey dear animal, what did you do last lifetime? How come so good one? Your food is better than mine, you're more well taken care. So you just look at the typical bloody panda lah. Right? No fighting ability, 0 fighting ability. That doesn't look like they should be able to survive. But yet aircon room, multi-million-dollar crew of people taking care of them, high quality food, great diet. Explain to me, panda. do they look like they've done bad stuff? I see that the people that is revolving around panda must have the one that have done bad stuff last time, that they are coming over to repent themselves. Okay, right. So another one which is very familiar to us, which is ghosts, right? So which is ghosts, very familiar ghosts, So every do you notice that every single culture also got ghost story? Right? Every single culture, every single country also got ghost story. Every one of them got ghost movie. They have their version of ghost. Cannot run one. Now, I always tell people, when every single culture has a version of this story, right? Cannot be too wrong. Right? So again, the wrong part is basically you and my classification different. Make sense, huh? Right? So ghosts are non-corporeal, can't be touched, impervious, never die. Right? And ghosts is free. They are free to roam, and because they don't die, they tend to be around really long, right? So yeah, so how you know if you are not played by another gamer? I have absolutely no idea, right? You know, probably there's another, you know, a matrix type of thingy happening, but you won't know, right? So you won't know, right? So you only know when you finish all the thing, right? When meet with difficult people, right, my soul want to scream at others. So all right, who are you actually? Right. Okay, right. So these are ghosts, right? So basically you got a ghost path here, right? So you know, now again, anyone that die can become ghost. Asura die can become ghost. You know, your heaven path thingy, you know, they die, you become ghost. And a ghost cannot die. There's no dying for ghosts. Right? Human die become ghost, animal, the toksang die become ghost. All these four that can die one will become ghost. Right? So again, you don't die and then you become ghost. You die, you go into the reset room, then the character select screen come out, then you know there's a randomized, you know, ding 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 ding. You got played this game before. Right, so select random character, like you go ding 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 ding, and then you know, this time you're gonna be sent back down there to play the ghost character. Congratulations. Then the teleporter open, woo, then you get sent down, you know, then all your memory gone, and then you know you become a ghost and you go, oh, what the hell am I doing here? What the hell am I doing here? Right. So ghost probably will retain some memory. Now again, I cannot confirm this. I haven't been with ghosts before. You know. They, you know, contain, you know, memories of their previous life, you know. So which means that if let's say that this fella previously was from the heaven path, he probably have some heaven path memory. Okay, so this basically goes right. So pretty easy. So again, they also cannot collect merit. So only human can generate merit. The rest, if you want merit, then you go and trade. You got seen people go to a cemetery, you know, ask for lottery ticket. Right? Who's the one who, you know, facilitate the thing to happen? Should be them, lah. Right? Should be them. Right? Yeah. Right. So you exchange. So they also, you know, collect merit point. Collect. Maybe after collected already, then you know they get to ascend as well. Right. Yeah, you know, obtain special skill set, you know, buy golden armor package. Ding, exchange for golden armor package. Right, absolutely no idea, right? So I've not been there before, right? So I've not done all of this, you know. Right now it's, you know, human. That's it, done. Okay, right? So then there is also a path which is called the hell path, right? So the difference between the ghost path and the health path is basically in health path you are restricted. Ghosts can roam around planet Earth. You are free. Okay, hell path, no, you cannot restrict. So you are basically locked in a place, right? So now can you see the health path? They have a big problem, which is merit collection, because they are not allowed to interact with humans. They have lost the ability to interact with humans. So except for 2 occasions. Now one of these you guys know lah, the 7th month, right? Hell gate open, right? So this fella are given an opportunity to come out to collect merits. Yay, right? They come out is basically to collect merits, right? So this is like part-time. Right? So you want to imagine there are students who are locked up in the university, normal study time, not allowed to work. So you know there is this summer vacation. Some people go vacation. Some people, because family poor, right? Because family poor, they have to go work. They have to do part-time. It's basically that sort of situation. Right? So they got open. Number 2 way for them to collect the merit is basically your descendant come and pray to you. Yeah, your tomb, your burial ground, you know, descendant all come together, you know, put joystick. It's basically descendant coming over to give you merit point, direct donation of merit point to you. So again, you receive enough merit point, you know, you buy your armor, you finish your mission, then you know, bling, you're out. Right, then go back to the character selection screen. Then you know, play the next round. This round, you're selected same character. Go back. Right. Okay, right. So sadly missed most part of the interesting live session. Go to watch replay. Okay, can right, Crimson, go and watch replay. So now these are the 6 characters, 6 part. Right. So now again, none of them are good, none of them are bad. No, all of them got their problem. All of them got their perk, all of them got their problem, all of them got their rule, all of them got the things that they are supposed to doing, and you get to play all this game again, and again, and again. So generally speaking, is that if you see it look like this. The asura, human, animal, and ghost is basically what we call earth realm game. Right, so then you got the heaven realm and then the hell realm. So if you take a look at it from here, right, it basically fits almost all religion. Every single religion basically is running on this particular format. Right? Or every single religion talk about, there's something up there, there's something down there. Right? So there's a heaven, there's a hell, so now again, right, the only difference is that Christian and also Muslim, right? So they don't have the coming back or not coming back thingy, they're just basically, when you go to heaven, you go to heaven lah. That's it lah, game over after you go to heaven. When you go to hell, you go to hell, game over when you go to hell. Okay, how does the burning of the incense or paper item work? It's not burning of the incense or the paper. It's basically you going there and the action of giving. The incense and the paper are not useful, right? It's not useful. So it's like you presenting that money at the paper that print 100 on it. The paper that is actually printed 100 on it is no use one, It's the actual value behind it. That 100 ringgit that you pass it to that fella is basically just an act to acknowledge the activity. Understand or not? So if let's say that you have a ultimate credit system, whereby you don't have to show the piece of paper. I go over to you, you go over to me, and then we ding dong exchange. You wouldn't need that piece of paper. Right? So this particular system of merit exchange is basically is a ding dong system. Whether you want to put in the joystick, which means that if you put in 6 joystick doesn't mean that you are donating more than 3 joystick. Okay, understand? So the moment you approach that particular deities of the place is basically telling you, okay, now I'm here basically, just to give out some of the merit point that I have, right? So please try to do good with it. Right? In exchange, you help me every here and there, lah. Okay, every here and there. Because if you continuously to come and donate merit point, right, I'm sure that the deity inside there would want you to have a smoother life so that you can come and donate. Makes sense, huh? Correct or not? So if you are benefiting the whatever it is, right, the fellow will come and make sure that you are smooth, right? Make sure you're smooth so that you come back, continue to donate, right? So same lah, if you are the top earner of your company, say you are a fellow who bring in revenue, doesn't your boss make your life easier, or your boss suddenly going to make your life harder? Your boss will come over and move all the rubbish people away, make sure you soon, easy do thing, whatever you want, your approval is faster. Same. Right? Do you see or not? It's the exact same thing. So if you are a prop producer, same thing, if you're inside the country, you're a company that basically pay a lot of tax. Like for Malaysia, it's Petronas. Petronas do what also okay one, yeah. No, the government basically will smoothen every single thing for Petronas to work, because Petronas, they throw like almost 40% of their profit back to the government. You want to touch this sort of cash cow? No lah. Right? So if not sure your late mother tried to get in touch with me, but my HP rank 7 handphone right, so passed the mindset. Maybe I don't know. Maybe your mother got enough merit point, has bought the contact using handphone skill set. So why do people burn all the paper at the roadside? So again, right, burning the paper at the roadside is a sign that you are willing to donate some of your merit point to them. You know that they need the merit point. So you go there and tell them that, hey, this is like feeding the homeless. Right? So you buy the food, you go there, you feed the homeless. It's a soup kitchen. Like that, the concept is basically like that. So which means if you don't burn anything, you can just go out there and say that, hey, I got some extra merit point here, guys, you guys need it, take some. It's the same thing. Okay? Right, so same thing. Right? Just keep merits and go to the moon. Right. increase your KPI, right? So it's like this, right? So this is the general concept, right? So this is general concept. So the four fella, right? Asura, animal, ghost, heaven, and also hell, all of them revolve around this character called human that can generate merit. Right? Human is basically the if you play any game, it is the power generator building, and the one that go like ka-ting, ka-ting, ka-ting. Just you. So everybody, you know, go around human. Right? Character so special, right? Being human is special. Right? So being human is special. Okay, right? So you use your merit point, right? So 功德, right, to exchange for stuff. Right? It's basically, you know, buying your way, right? So, you know, day until you know, finish your things, right? So now in the what we call the Taoism version play a up and down game. Taoism version will play an up and down game. So which means that, you know, let's say that you start off as a human. So you collect your merit. You collect your merit. You collect enough merit. Then you upgrade to the next level. Right. So if you merit drop, then you downgrade to the next level. So, you know, when you downgrade to the next level, then you need to collect more merit. Collect. Then you upgrade back to the next level. Right. So that's the Taoism concept of, you know, this particular thing. You know, they play this game of, you know, more merit, less merit. So which means that you go up, you know, you fall down, you go up, you fall down, you go up. Is Asura equivalent of purgatory? Absolutely no idea. Absolutely no idea, right? So now these are the general mission that is written in the scripture, right? So the heaven path people got a big problem with arrogance. They are arrogant bastards. So one of the mission for the heaven path people is to understand your arrogance. This is one thing that they need to take. Okay, right? So, you know, the Asura path envies, right? Envy, right? So, you know, Asura path is very envy. Who are they envy of? Envy of everybody. All right. So, no, why I have to suffer? No, why I have to suffer? You know, why I cannot generate things on my own? You know, why I not like ghosts cannot be impervious? Why that very envious of everybody? Right. So, but they seems to be the one that is, you know, having a great time, you know, for not required to cultivate, right? So which means that people from heaven path, when we talk about arrogance, right, people from heaven path often look down on the rest. They look down on them. Time pay the rest. What will happen to people who kill themselves? Suicide. In the what we call in the reincarnation, whether you suicide, killed by people, die of natural causes, you just get ejected back to the setting room. And the entire idea is that you need to finish all the mission, right? So not only understanding arrogance or take the arrogance box as in, oh no, I realize my arrogance, you know, so I'm able to, you know, let go of my arrogance, you know, I'm not arrogant anymore, right? So it's just one box. There's a lot of other things that happen which I don't know because nobody have given me a full list. There's no book that has a list of things that you do. Okay, right? So Asura is envy, human is passion, 情欲, love thingy. Yeah, passion is wrong. Now passion is the entire idea of being too sticky to anything. So a lot of time, you know, when you read the word 情欲, love and lust, 情欲 is love and lust, by the way. Right? So it's like, you know, you always imagine, again, I don't know why, you know, everybody, a lot of people, the database, I don't know why I like to shrink one. Every time talk about passion, it must be love, must be the love one. No, passion can be, you know, car, you know, passion can be the, you know, those people who are very into the entire idea of charity, you know, passionate, over-attached, right? Over-attached, you know, it's like, everything must be like that. Those are called passion, right? So you need to let go of passion, right? So the animal part is foolishness, stupid. Yes, animal, you see animal is, you know, extremely naive, damn stupid. Right? So, you know, so animal is supposed to achieve intelligence. Actually, you have seen intelligent animal. I don't know, the other day only I saw in the what we call the social media, there is a walrus. I don't know which country. There's a walrus. They will come out, say hello to all the dog, walk over to the fish market, What the fish market? What the fish market? The fella don't go and attack all the selling fish one. No. The fella will sit in front of the store while the fella is cutting the fish, you know, right? Preparing the fish. Then you know they have like the head that they don't want already, the internal organ, right? Then you will give the fella to eat. The fella will stay there and waiting, you know. So the fella will look at it, you know, oh, you know, you're cutting 6 fishes. All right, so ta 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 ta. All the fish is around him, the fella will not touch it, man. Amazing as a walrus. Right, will sit there, you know, nicely looking at you, then wait for you, then chomp the 6. You know that you cut 6 fish, chomp the 6, and then finish chomping, then he will move on to the next one. And then the fella will look at the fella. Those you don't want one, right? Can give to me. Yeah? These are intelligence, right? So which means that that particular animal has ticked this box, the foolishness box, tick. Done. So that mission is done already. So the next time this particular fellow perish, you know, whether it's harpooned by people, accidentally slip on the dog, hit the head, whatever it is, right? You get reset, right? So they got achievement inside, no? Right? So maybe, you know, they got other achievement that the fellow need to do, haven't do yet, you know, then, you know, you will go back to the animal part. Right? So golf part is basically greed, right? Tummy, right? So you can see ghost is very greedy. Right, so that's why, you know, there's this thing called Hungry Ghost Festival. It's called Hungry Ghost Festival, right? Greedy thingy. And hell path is hostility. Hell path is extreme anger. Right, so you need to do this, right? So when all of this is done, plus all the thing, everything 100%, so which means that you go through the cycle many times. This could be like probably 1,000 years, you know, each cycle maybe 50 years, I don't know. Go through many rounds, very random, there are no fixed thing, you know. Every single time you go, you probably will achieve, you know, maybe 1 or 2 points, right? So it doesn't matter, you know, you play this game many rounds until everything is 100%. You achieve this thing in the book called nirvana. You get ejected. Bye-bye. Game over. You get ejected from this entire circle, right? So then what happened after that? I don't know. Maybe you wake up, you know, and like Neo, you know, somebody unplugged the thingy from the back of your head, and then you wake up, oh, this is the real world, and I've been inside this matrix thingy playing this game for like so damn long. That part of it, absolutely no idea, right? So, you know, maybe, you know, you're in some alien ship, you know, maybe you're a prisoner in an alien world, you know, whereby they psychologically imprison you. Right, maybe after you've achieved everything, right? So but the 6th level of reincarnation basically is communicating this entire idea that you are placed in one of this particular realm to achieve a certain thingy, right? So once you finish all your 6 main mission, then you are allowed to eject from this particular world, which you achieve nirvana. Game over, done. No point playing this game already. Everything achieved already, no point playing the game already. Put down the game, then maybe buy new game. Right, so this is the 6th point of reincarnation. Not a scary concept, right? So not a scary concept. Please don't go through the scary. People make the concept scary as in, no, oh, hell path is bad, right? Oh, heaven path is good, you know. So you do bad, you know, then you go hell path. No, whether you do good, you do bad, you will end up in hell path eventually, because there's mission that you need to do. So which means that, you know, once you have all of this done, just imagine somebody who has understanding on all of this. Right, so then, you know, you get ejected, then only you are placed into the main mission with all the lesson and memory, everything that you have done, every single thing that you go through. So which means that when you get ejected from the system, all the memory, all the lesson, all the things, all the skill set, whatever that you have collected, all is basically installed into you, complete being. Then maybe, you know, there's a grand mission for you to go, but you need all of this to, you know, facilitate the grand mission. You think of it from that particular. So this is a dry run. The entire, you know, 6th path is basically dry run for you to handle all the subsequent things that you are supposed to handle. So somebody places you in this tutorial dry run, but you need to be able to complete all the mission before you are allowed to go to the real mission. So this is like a training camp one. Right, wake up, done. Space is fake. Right, so is that entire concept. Right, makes sense, huh? Right, so I'm not scaring you too much. Right, so now this one tie back to, you know, a lot of the things that you might already feel a little bit, it's like, the ascension of the immortal, so, I told you now, every single immortal that they have their human story. Why do they have a human story? Because human is one of the paths that they have to go through, man. So that's why, because you only see whatever that's inside the human realm. Okay, so it become connected. So that's why every single immortal that has a human form. Then human ascend, become immortal. Then after becoming immortal, you don't know what happened. Maybe they fail when they become immortal. Yes, immortal also can fail. Right? So they need to 渡劫. 渡劫 means that go through the trial. Right? So it's basically testing. Right? Go through the trial. Got lightning come strike you. Lightning strike, you don't have enough skill set to hold the lightning power. Okay, bye. Right, so it's like fighting the ultimate boss. Fireball come down, you don't know what's the sequence to jump to avoid the fireball. Boom, die like that lah. Right, so you go through this entire process, you learn everything, you collect all the skill set, all done, all packaged, all your training is done. Then you get ejected. Then probably there are some other things that is happening out there which I absolutely no idea and also don't really begin care. Okay, right? So up to you. What do you want to do? So you went for Buddhist class to I went to a lot of class. Right, I went to a lot of class. So for somebody who is neutral, going to this sort of class is fun. Right, so no, I just went and take a look at what is the overall conceptualization. I am not a religious person. Okay, I'm not a very religious person. It's not that I don't believe in them. It's just that it's very difficult to tell me that your version is the correct version. Why that version is not more correct than your version? Right. So how about every single version is neutral? Can or not? Right. So and you see, don't get too attached with anything. Alright. So remove your over tight passion. Right. Remove your over tight passion. Okay. Right. So yeah, it's one of the mission. One of the mission at the human world is basically removing passion. Right. Do that right? So you need to train yourself for doing that. So I don't know what other mission is basically around, right? So yeah. So yeah, I know for those of you who are doing a massive amount of manifestation, you better really ask yourself, have you been doing certain thing that that is bolstering up your positive karmic point? 你的功德够嘛? Don't just go and ask. Learn my ignorance, my stupidity within my lifetime. No need to reincarnate. Gigi, not up to you to say that you have learned it, right? The system need to acknowledge it. Right? The system need to give you a tick, ding, ding, ding. Right? Unfortunately, nobody get to see their mission list. Right, so probably only maybe the fateful day where you die, you get to go back to the reset room. Then the mission list is there. Right, so then on the reset room you got all the previous memory all come back in. It's like, oh shit, I miss doing this. Okay. For whom are the mission? Absolutely, the mission is for yourself. Right, so it's basically to build you. Now, to build you for what purpose? That part really I don't know. Right, all the memory, all the lesson, all the thing that you've gone through on each of the realm basically is to get you ready for certain stuff. It's like training camp. I mean, you just call it a training camp. Right, so it's like inside a training camp. When going to the training camp, you need to learn how to crawl, under the mesh thingy. Right, you ask yourself like, what the hell I need to crawl under this? Because if I send you to the battlefield, you might need to crawl. When bullet is flying all on the top. Right, is to prepare you for that eventual. So which means that probably there are a bigger mission out there, which I have absolutely no idea. And since no one has came back and write on any of the scripture, right? So don't know, no idea, right? Cannot answer you. 不知道. That's the thing, right? So yeah, 不知道. Maybe one day if you 知道, you send a paper plane to me. So when we manifest, right, must already have merit. I think merit can go negative. Right, so that's the part that I always warn people. I know is manifestation is like credit card. It can go negative. And the worst thing is I don't know what the hell is the exchange rate. That is the most dangerous part. You can be asking for something that is harmless, but the exchange rate can be very high. So how? Right? So when you AKA, you know, you KO that time, you go back to the reset room. Why the hell my account negative one? Oh, because you change for this one there. Right? You change for, you know, it's like buying the game, you buy the costume, right? Which doesn't affect the game, but it's, you know, it's the in the what we call the Crash Royale, there is a banner. There's a banner or a skin that costs 1 million gold. So that's basically your bragging banner. You buy the banner already, right? It's basically you brag to people that, you know, you got 1 million gold to buy it. But the banner does absolutely nothing to the game. Right? So, you know, when you manifest, you manifest something like, you know, oh, this one costs, you know, 1 million merit point. Yeah, I give you this, you know, then, you know, but that thing doesn't do much, right? So, but I don't know lah. So that's the thing, right? So there's a lot of things doesn't know. Exchange rate doesn't know, right? So exchange rate doesn't know, replay rate doesn't know, and all this kind of thing doesn't know. So that's why I say that when you make the manifestation, make sure it's worth it lah, right? Don't just simply, I wanna be this, I wanna be that. Interesting, right? Way of looking at the cycle of life and death. Yeah, scary. Life goes on and on. Yes, life goes on and on, right? So that's why, you know, when they say that you fall into a negative state, right? So negative merit state, right? So it's okay, fine. You go back, you play the game again. It's just that when you go back play the game, you start off with negative account, right? So you slowly earn back lah. Since you human generate, or, you know, you help the human in exchange, you know, get it back up again lah. Because you get to play this many times lah, many times lah. You know, it's probably unlimited time until you can finish all the thing. You're gonna be there for a long run, okay, right? So, you know, in a way also, you know, don't really worry, you know. So don't know lah. See how you wanna see the situation. Okay, now guys. So this is basically, you know, my take on reincarnation. You will probably not see me coming back to talk about this, but I just leave the concept for you all lah. Right? I want to scream out to the creator. Why put me here in the first place? It's the same screen that every single soldier is basically screaming. Why do you send me to the battlefield? You know that there will be no war and no battle if the soldier at the what we call the front end of the battlefield just refuse to shoot each other. They can do that one, you know. Every single soldier get perfect autonomy to refuse to fight each other. They can all go to the battlefield and see each other and say hello and just stay at their places without pulling the trigger. They can do that one, you know. They can park their tank right at the borderline of each other without touching each other and sit on top of the tank and, you know, drink tea with each other, and it's completely fine one, you know. But why do the soldiers still shoot each other? Are they stupid? Same lor. It's a GG. It's the same thing that you're screaming, right? The Cantonese says 身不由己，人在江湖身不由己. Right? Because you're driven to do that. Got one law show, right? Ellie McBeal, she want to sue God. Right, GG, there are already people suing parents. Yes, there are children suing parents for not obtaining their consent for bringing them into the world. Yes. There are already people suing parents. But anyway, okay, right? So that one is going a bit too far away from the core topic here, right? So the core topic here is basically telling you that, you know, there are probably, and I'm going to use the word probably, this game that is happening right now, that you are being sent into different character, you need to do different mission, that is basically happening right now. So this basically tells you, you know, the rest of the things that you suspect, maybe God, don't believe, whatever, it is happening. So, you know, back to the thing, right? Why does the Egyptian is able to build such a big pyramid, right? Because Isaac Newton haven't discovered proof gravity yet, so they can float the block. Make sense or not? I'm telling you, you don't believe in the thing, there's no scientific proof, doesn't mean that it's not going on one, you know. Right? So maybe one day, you know, when you have achieved everything, you know, all the thing you mission, then you get ejected. That time all the memory go back, right? Then you see that, oh yeah, last time that idiot fellow Kevin said one, right? It's real one, no? Right? So if that day happen, right, please go to the nearer terminal, you know, please key in something, you know, send an aeroplane to me. Send a paper plane to me. Right? Send a paper plane inside there, right? You are right. Do that, right? If you happen, right? You didn't consent. There's no such thing as consent here. Again, consent is a term that you have invented to make yourself feel better. There's probably no such thing as consent. All right. Okay, that's it. All right, long topic today. See you guys. Bye.